But that is a very nice one.
Look at the smile, look. You put a fish in a bowler and she gets all happy about the situation. I'm going to run you through all of the tanks down here, the entrance to this place. It's got the Japanese style feel behind everything. But these in here, starting from 150, I think the scalation and the luster on the scales is amazing. Absolutely stunning.
Go anywhere without looking at Kajaki, can you?
He's very good with his skills. He's certainly been in the game for a while. I think the body on this one's doing me take you on a little bit of a tour. I definitely recommend popping up to see Chris at ACM Koi if you're after a banger. How it works, how simple it is. This looks like an absolute monster of a fish. You can see all of the natural plants growing out of it. Constant trickle going in with the big blue. The trophy drum, Benny on it is very nice. This is a fish that I think belongs in my pond. Very, very clean and tidy. The Mrs. Whisperer. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. James the Koi Whisperer.
And Mrs. Whisperer.
So today we've got a little bit of a special treat for you. We've actually come up to visit ACM Koi, where it all started for me, to be honest with you. A place where I got involved in the hobby. I found a bit of interest behind keeping koi. I was always a fisherman myself. This koi dealer is literally about 5 minutes away from our house. For the people that don't know where ACM Koi is, if you're interested in coming up and having a look yourself, in the description of the video so you can find this place. We thought we'll take you on a bit of a tour today. Mrs. Whisperer is being very quiet and just nodding her head. She knows what it's like. I've bought a lot of my fish from Chris at ACM Koi. He's been in the hobby 35, 40 years plus. He knows his stuff. That's enough yibbity yabbada.
There it is.
Let's just crack on with this video. Bosh. So I'm going to run you through all of the tanks down here in the sales room, show you all of the filtration that Chris uses. And I mean, we got fish starting from £10. You've even got fish from a £5. So I'm going to run you down through, show you all of the tanks. We're going to take you up and show you the main pond as well in a minute. Mrs. Whisperer's having a little bit of a look. But Chris uses a lot of the backy showers. Most of the filtrations run on drum filters, but there is a lot of easy pods, Nexus. But most of it's all on drum filters. I'll show you all of that in a minute. A massive tank here, but Chris has just closed this one down at the moment. Massive trophy drum over there, stainless steel. And we're just going to take you on a bit of a tour to show you some of the fish here. You can see the filtration systems on the back. They're super, super well matured. We're just going to crack on down through and show you some of the fish. Some chagoi in here, some kahaku. You can see you've got the Evolution Aqua signs on the back. We've got fish down in this tank from 150. I think these are individually priced, but I do think they may have some paperwork with them. There's some Sankey kahaku. Looks like a very nice kahaku over there. Banging body. Might have to put that one in a bowl and have a little bit of a better look. But you can certainly see how well matured when you've got the weeds growing out of the side. I think it looks fantastic. Getting that on my pond, didn't we?
Yeah.
It looks like a bit of a sort of indoor-outdoor sort of jungle, if that makes sense. I really do like it. All of the ivy, Chris said he needs to pull it all down, but I really like it myself personally. There's some nice kajakus in this one. You're going to be looking for anything for yourself for the grow on today, love?
I'm looking.
You're looking?
Seeing if anything takes my eye.
But these in here starting from 150, which I think's very, very reasonable. I mean, some of these fish are 45, probably 50 cm mark. Tanks themselves, they're just the pool tanks really. And then he's got wooden frames around the outside of them. And they've been set up for years, to be honest. They've got side drains on them. He does feed his fish a hell of a lot, so the water clarity in some of the tanks are not as clear as others, but the fish quality is certainly up there, and there's certainly some banging fish. Kajaku's there, hell of a nice body on the fish. You can see the turnover and the volume of water that's pumping out of these shower filters, running absolutely flat out, and they're super, super well matured. If you have a look inside of here, we can have a little bit of a look. You can see all the backy house media in there, absolutely loaded, moss growing everywhere, looks stunning, absolutely bang on. So yeah, you seen anything what takes your eye there, Mrs. Whisperer?
Seen a couple.
Happy days. Should we go and show some of those cheaper fish and then come back and have a look in this tank?
Okie dokie.
These are really cheap to get people into the hobby. These are £5 each. Mixture of weird and wonderful fish in this one, so There's a lot of metallics in here. And to be fair, they're still in the early stages of development, so you're not really sure what it may turn into. But for a £5 or a koi, you just want a few pond fillers or you want to grow on and just enjoy the hobby, absolute bargain price. These guys over in this tank, these are starting from £10 each. Very, very reasonable. Yamabuki, platinum ogons, yellow shisui down there by the looks of it. And just a bit of a mixture, but you can certainly see they get fed well. I mean, they're getting chunky. Certainly are very chunky koi. So Mrs. Whisper's seen a few nice fish and you want to get them bowled up, don't you?
Yeah, Chris has just thrown me a few up so we can have a closer look.
And they're not badly priced either, so that ain't a bad shout. Right, so Mrs. Whisperer has bowled up a very nice looking fish here.
Very pretty.
There is roughly around 10 of them in here, but I would have said it's got to be pushing the 40 cm mark, and it's a Gin Matsuba. It looks absolutely stunning. I think the scalation and the luster on the scales is amazing, and Chris was just telling me it's 200 quid. I think that's an absolute amazing fish for £200, and I don't think that's a bad fish to put in your grow on tank, to be honest with you.
Very nice fish.
It's
I like that.
certainly something to be thinking about, and it just shows the difference of when we were looking in the pond a minute ago, the quality of these fish, when they come out and they get bowled up, they look absolutely stunning. The camera is certainly doing us justice as well. Really is nice condition. And there's certainly a few to pick from. Is that the one you want to go with though, or did you want to put a few more just to have a look?
Just have a look, isn't it? But that is a very nice one.
Look at the smile, look. You put a fish in a bowler and she gets all happy about the situation. Yeah, that does look very nice. I was just having a bit of a look in the pond itself and I spotted this going round. Chris is very kindly bowling this one up for me. I think the body and the pattern on it looks amazing. Very, very nice quality. Very nice fish indeed. And what sort of price is this one going for, Chris?
300.
300 quid. And that's got to be pushing the 50 cm mark, isn't it? 45-ish? Easy. A bit of the coochie Benny, as we call it. Very, very nice looking fish that. And for 300 quid, Mrs. Whisperer's still got this one in the bowl, because she's certainly thinking about it. We might end up buying a couple fish today.
I don't see how it came about you today.
I don't know, but when I see a fish, to be fair, Chris sort of pointed out to me, he said there is a nice one in here, so happy days. But it's always tempting when they get put in a blue bowl like they are. Stunning, really are nice. I'm going to put that one back, but I want to actually have a look at a kajaku because they're my favourite fish. You're still interested in that other fish, aren't you?
Yeah. Can't go anywhere without looking at kajaku, can you?
And I've seen some nice looking ones here, so Chris is going to put a few in a bowl for me and I'll have a bit of a better look. I do like that. It's got that sort of goldiness pattern to these kajakus. And they're decent size once again. Very, very good size. It's got a really nice colour gold shine to these kajakus. And I haven't really seen one like that before. If they're playing ball to catch, Chris is very good with his skills. He's certainly been in the game for a while. I think there have been a lot of people that would have fished would have jumped straight out. And Chris always knows the more that he puts in a bowl for me makes it more and more tempting, because every single fish that he's got here, very, very impressive. I think the body on this one's doing me a little bit more favours compared to the other one. But it's down to your own opinion what you like yourself. I always tell and recommend to people, if it's a fish that you like personally, go with that fish. Don't go with a fish that someone else tells you. But for me, I am liking that one. And are the different prices, Chris? This one here is going to be costing 200 and this one's going to be costing 150. Absolute bargain. I mean, the body on that fish is amazing. Really decent size. I mean, that's got to be up the 40 cm mark as well, easily, I would have said. I mean, you compare it to my size of my hand, that's a very, very nice looking fish. And I really like the goldness to it. Nice clean head pattern. Absolutely stunning. And there is still plenty more left inside of here. You can see there's loads of kajakus left everywhere. I just got to think about which one that I might be getting myself. And I've also got to ask you, because Mrs. Whisperer, you said you wanted one, but if you're having one, I'm having one.
Don't work like that.
Well, I'll have to have a think. We're not actually going to be buying one of these kahakus, but I just wanted to show the viewers, and I asked Chris nicely if he don't mind. I've seen a kahaku in this tank. I think one of the things, if you ever do come up to ACM Koi, I think the way that Chris looks after his fish, and he's not worrying about keeping the tanks super clear, soon as these fish go into a bowl, the koi actually prefer this type of water. They prefer the water when it's a little bit murky. You could see yourself the condition of those fish when they were sort of in that blue tub, how nice they were looking. But I think there's a kahaku down here that looks amazing. I will ask Chris for one of the ones that he likes as well, but I think the one with a nice body in the middle there, and then I'll ask him about how much they cost. But as soon as they come out of the actual water itself, the condition on some of these fish up here, I mean, the benny on it's amazing, the Saroji's amazing, and you wait until you see this when it gets inside of the bowl. So you can certainly see yourself, really high quality fish, nice kahaku, the breeder's Matsaway, the benny on it's strong, Saroji's amazing. And what sort of price tag does something like this come with, Chris? £450. I think that's an absolute bargain. Same again, it's got to be pushing the 40 cm mark. Probably bigger than that, to be honest with you. Probably the 45 cm. It's got a really nice body to it, a lovely head pattern. Stunning fish that is right there. Really nice pattern on that fish. And it just proof in the pudding again. When you're looking at the fish in a pond like this with the water colouring or tinge, some of it's because Chris feeds quite heavily as well, but the condition of the fish when they're up against that blue bowl, amazing. Chris is also just going to show me one of the bigger ones in here as well, one that I quite liked. Just have a little bit of a look. It's got that nice humpback on it. And is that the same again, Chris? 450?
550.
That one's 550. It's got a very nice pattern on it, I think. If you've got a pond window, it's got lovely benny down the outside. And same again, Saroji strong. Very clean and tidy, and it's got a very nice body as well. I quite like that. Out of the two, this is the better fish, I believe myself personally, but I still think that's a stunning fish. So I definitely recommend popping up to see Chris at ACM Koi if you're after a banger, because there's some absolutely amazing quality fish right here, and it's definitely worth a trip down to see Chris. I just wanted to add in the video, if you did pop up and there was anything you need, like fish food or pumps or equipment or pipe fittings, Chris has got a selection. He's got loads more out the back, but he don't leave much out on show because most of it's in boxes, but he's got absolutely loads of stuff and he can get anything. He also sells second-hand backy house media, so if there's anything like that you're interested in, he's got second-hand easy pods here, loads of the K1 media, and also, if Mrs. Whisperer's not standing in my way, got some blue bows, got a nice koi hat, and yeah, there's a load of selection here as well. Looks like it's got some JPD food here as well. Happy days. So if there is anything that you need, you can certainly get hold of it when you pop up. What we're going to do now is take you on a little bit of a tour up at Chris's main pond, where it all started for me, to be fair, where I got the inspiration to build my own pond. I'm going to think about those two fish while we go up there, probably have a cup of tea and show you Chris's main pond, because how he's got it all set up is amazing, and there's some absolute banging quality fish there.
They are big,
They're big fish. Yeah. To be honest, a lot of my fish in my main pond come from ACM Koi, so let's get up there now and have a look. So we're going to take you inside of Chris's main pond, and he's got the Japanese style fill behind everything. It looks absolutely stunning. The way Chris designed this and built it with the polycarbonate roof, in a way, he's got free heat into the pond from sort of right up to sort of October. So if Mrs. Whisperer wants to go in, and we'll have a little bit of a better look. And this was the sort of inspiration behind my pond. with the 2 backy showers on the back. It is proper warm in here. You can see the polycarbonate roof. It must have took ages to do all of the painting. I just want to run you through this filtration system because it's part of the thing that I copied when I built my pond. Apart from I didn't use a stainless steel drum filter because these things are mega expensive, but they are also the absolute hammer. I love all of the greenery that's built up in these shower filters, and I just want to run you through how it works, how simple it is, but how good it is at the same time. So as you can see here, Chris actually uses the Profi drum, and when you've got natural wild plants growing out of it, you certainly know that it's super mature. It's a super mature system. He has got all of the gas pipes all installed. It looks like he's got some massive pumps on it as well. You can see all of the natural plants growing out of it. I absolutely love it. Chris did tell me that he needs to go through and get rid of a few of the dead ones, but I've never seen an issue with it, and I actually quite like the look of it. And it gets to that time of year, all of this moss starts growing up again. But these backy showers that he's got, so as the system works from the main pond, he's actually got 3 bottom drains in this main pond. It feeds into the drum filter. That removes all of the mechanical waste straight out of the drum filter, and then it flows straight through into these 2 pumps, running up on a 3-inch pipe work, which this is the manifold that Chris created. I will try and get the camera up there to show you. I don't know how well this is coming out. Hopefully you can see. It looks like he has got a polycarbonate sheet on there, but you can see these backy showers are the proper Monumentaro ones, fill up with BHM media, and it's actual a 4-tray system, which this is 3-inch pipe work, which the manifold in the top has all been customized with the spray bar. It trickles down through, and having behold, Chris has actually got 2 of these side by side. Last time we come here it was full of blossom, but it just needs to prune it back over the winter really. I mean, these things happen. You can see all the fresh shoots coming through, but it does need to be done now and then. Got a lovely bear between the middle of it. It's got a few little bits of ornaments scattered round, lovely tiles. And when you're here, you're allowed to sit down, have a look over the pond, look into the pond itself. Some people say that I've gained a bit of weight on the channel over the past 5 years, but I don't think I'm quite as bad as that. That being said, Mrs. Whisperer's having a laugh about that. But I absolutely love coming up to here. Chris is a sound bloke. He's got so much information. And to be fair, it's where I get most of my information from. I mean, I'm always a believer of listening to someone that's been in the hobby for a long time. Chris has been in this hobby for well over 35 years. If there's something you don't know, Chris knows. So it is super helpful that I only live like 5 minutes away from him. And he did say he didn't really want this pond filming today because he's had a little bit of a tinge to the water with some new food that he's been trying out. But he's never got nothing to hide or anything like that. So there might be a few fish that we can chuck into a bowl, show you the quality of some of these fish. And some of these fish are nearly 1 metre in length. Fed a hell of a lot of food per day. The temperature inside of this room, I'm actually wearing a body warmer, but I need to take it off. It's like 25, 26 degrees in here. Let's just crack on, show you a few fish. You'll be absolutely shocked by how cheap Chris is for some of these fish as well. You can also see a constant trickle going in with the big blue. Absolutely bang on. But I'm going to ask Chris if he can show me one of the fish I was just looking at. So I've had to take my body warmer off because I am absolutely sweating. Not that I'm going to be buying a fish or Mrs. Whisperer's buying a fish while I'm sweating. I'm sweating because it's hot. It's hotter than a snake's ass in a chicken shed inside of here. But that being said, Chris is going to put us in for a special treat because I've asked to look at a few fish. Just stick around for the video because this is an absolute banger. This looks like an absolute monster of a fish. And this is an 80-centimetre bowl, I believe, as well. So when you see the size of this fish, you'll be well made up. And that's a massive goshki as well. I believe that's definitely goshki, isn't it, Chris? Yep. 100% goshki. That is huge. That looks fantastic. See the condition on this fish? Look at the quality of that. Very, very nice indeed, that is. Got to be pushing 80 cm, at least in the 70s at least. Like I said, it's a 80 cm bowl. Very, very nice quality. And what sort of price tag is something like this coming in at, Chris? Stunning. Benny on it's very nice. Very, very nice and clean that fish is. I do think there is another goshki in here somewhere that I nearly bought last year, I think. Two in there, Chris was telling me. Just going to get another one out a minute. Can you grab that bowl? Mrs. Whisperer's getting into help. I normally help a little bit. But this is an absolute banger of a fish. But it can be a little bit lively. I mean, you can really see the size of these fish when you're at ACM Koi. And like I was saying, the water in here has got a little bit of a tinge to it. But when you see the colour and the condition and the sumi and the benny and the saroji on these fish that Chris has up here, really is fantastic. Even the lustre in the scales as well. I mean, when you can see the scalation like that, very, very clean and tidy. Is this fish male, did you say? Yep, so this one's male. And the breeder of this one, Chris? Matsaway. And what sort of price tag are we saying?
I'll go for
£2,000 he said he'll take for this one. And that fish is, to be honest with you, that's got to be pushing the 70 plus again, hasn't it? Easily that size. In the high 70s, closer to 80, 75, 80 cm. You can really see the colour and the condition of that fish. Very, very clean and tidy. But Mrs. Whisperer, you're not having that one. Yeah, happy days. I do like that. Do like that myself. To be honest, I like a lot of the fish that Chris has got in here. But we're going to put this one back because he's looking a little bit lively. I'll let Chris put that one back. Just wanted to show you guys some of the condition. And this ain't the best fish Chris has got. We've just literally bowled up a few, what I've pointed at, just to have a little bit of a look. And yeah, definitely recommend coming up here and having a look yourself if you want a big koi at definite affordable prices as well. There is a nice tancho in here that, to be honest with you, I nearly bought last year myself. I haven't got a tancho in my pond, and it's a banger. It is a banger, but Chris is just going to get it out for me so I can see it. You'll be well impressed with this one. Mrs. Whisperer's on bowl duties. Used to be my job, but now I'm doing the filming. This is an absolutely stunning looking fish. This is a fish that I think belongs in my pond, to be honest with you. I really do like the condition of this fish. The body on it's banging, it's massive. For a tancho, it's an amazing quality fish. And what's the breeder on this one, Chris? Takigawa. And the price tag? $18.50. Absolute bargain. That's got to be pushing the high 70s as well again, hasn't it? Yeah. Easily high 70s. Body on it's massive. Really nice condition fish. The lustre on the scales is amazing. And you can see yourself, guys. Tancho spot. Very, very clean and tidy. Very, very nice looking fish. And that's the thing, when you come up to ACM Koi and you put a fish in a bowl, you're completely blown away. Might have to let that one go because it's looking a little bit lively. Thank you very much for letting us see that one. Stunning. Right, so Chris is just holding the dog back a minute as I'm walking in. But I just wanted to show you the entrance to this place. I think these two bits of artwork look amazing, and I'm always completely blown away how they get that ball in there, or if it's carved away when it's in there. I believe they actually make it like that, but I just wanted to show you them. I think they look absolutely stunning. So there's not only a ball in there which they carve out, but Chris was just telling me there's one in there as well. So if you can see that, how they do this, don't know how they do it, but they've done it. And they haven't done it once, they've done it twice. Right then, ladies and gents, so I hope you liked and appreciated that little bit of a tour that you've seen of ACM Koi. We're actually going to head down to get a breakfast. Think about the fish that you chucked in a bowl. Think about the kajaku that I like as well myself personally. But I just wanted to mention as well, if you did want to pop up to visit Chris at ACM Koi, everyone's more than welcome to pop up and visit, but there's a few terms and conditions. It's not a shop that's, I mean, it's open 7 days a week, but Chris has a few things that there's a number on the website. If you do want to pop up and visit, he does like to know that you're coming up. He's here all of the time, but it's more the fact of that he gets time and opportunities to put his guard dogs away, because you don't want to run into them. You don't want to come up here unless you book by appointment. And that being said, well, we're going to get breakfast, and you never know, you might see us with a new fish. But if we don't see you in a week, we'll see you for a window. Thanks for watching the video. James the Koi Whisperer.
And Mrs. Whisperer.
Over and out. Bosh.